Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
PSG will play Inter Miami in the first game. It's going to be Messi and Fat Suarez versus young boys of PSG. Messi is still one of the best players in the world. He's going to be an X factor. He's going to be an X factor for PSG. If Inter Miami have a chance to win against PSG, somehow a miracle has to happen with Messi to create a chance or score a goal. But PSG are a young side. They are a good side. They play good football. They play better football than Inter Miami, even though that Inter Miami have Messi on their team. But generally in this game, what do you think will happen in that game? Do you think that Inter Miami can surprise PSG or PSG will just blow them out?
It's going to be age versus beauty in this encounter. You look at the likes of the Inter Miami side, you look at the Paris Saint-Germain side. If you look at these two teams, the strength of the Paris Saint-Germain side is just the brute force of their youthful exuberance. They are going to be faster, they are going to be hungrier, they're going to have everything to prove. Let's not also forget too that they won the Champions League just this summer. So you can't crash out of the Club World Cup. If you look at a couple of teams in these knockout stages, a couple of them have those gold crests on their jerseys, and those gold crests came after winning the Champions League and winning the Club World Cup. So they want to complete the story so far. So I think it's going to be a good game. But, they say that an old woman never forgets the song that she loves. So in this encounter, it's going to be how I wanted to say Barcelona now.
Barcelona now. I don't wait for that trap, sister. Barcelona.
Inter Miami are going to manage this team. I'll take you back to the 2009 World Champions League where FCB beat Manchester United. Thierry Henry in an interview was saying that in that encounter, him, Xavi, the guys at the back all had bad ACL. They couldn't run for that game, and they had to manage the ball by keeping possession, passing around, progressing it, and then winning the Champions League. So in this encounter, they may not have the energy to ball. No, there may be a few young players within the Inter Miami setup that can come in and give them that, but all you need is one clinical moment with the fat one, Suarez. One clinical moment with Messi.
Magical moment with Messi.
And it's a wrap. Because it's a wrap. Straight up.
All this way your preach finish now. Now preach, just preach someone.
Concern you, man.
Now someone, you're someone now. Well, everybody to their own. PSG or Inter Miami is a good team. Both of them, these teams are good teams. But look at it now. Football now is gone beyond beautiful. Is going to start. And in the last 5 games, how many goals have the striker scored? Inter Miami survived. They beat, I think, Porto with a comeback, and they survived the group. They survived let's not say they won the group, they survived the group. They survived the group stage based on the lack of information Porto came with. They survived the group. Now they're going to play against the champions of Europe. Not any out team, I get that before. They are playing against the champions of Europe and also in their prime. They don't even hit their prime. They are still growing to meet their prime. And these teams have what they call the starting team, and they also have the quality on the bench. We cannot say, okay, you can name 5 players that are top players at the bench of PSG now. They don't have that top player on the bench, but they have quality.
Yeah.
You get. They don't have. I keep saying it, name one big. You say, this person a big name.
You can't compare them the bench with Man City.
When you pick one player out and put him in the team,
it gives you results. Got into this conversation.
No,
because they don't have Ballon d'Or winner.
Spot depth. They're talking about spot depth.
So you get now with that quality on the bench. We say inexperience, yet it's quality enough on the bench. They can still come in to surprise any team in the world right now, and I think Inter Miami is going to learn the hard way. They're going to learn.
Yeah, they play good football. PSG, they pass around. They have an ex-Barcelona coach coaching them, Enrique. He has actually trained those boys where they pass around well. Even though for Inter Miami, now ex-Barcelona food that place.
Mascherano
is
Daniel
Alba, their left back. Barcelona, Busquets,
Messi,
Barcelona, Messi, Barcelona. So it's going
almost 6 Barcelona players in the team. Why?
It's going to be an ex-Barcelona encounter in that game.
Ex-Barcelona team versus future Barcelona team.
PSG is doing well. Either the European champions that they're going to face Inter Miami. But if you look at it in the general, as I said, Messi is an X factor for Inter Miami. Do you think that he still has enough in his tank to change this game?
Baba is chasing down another World Cup. He dey whine.
Is X factor
get-
in the team for
He
Inter
get
Miami.
see.
Yes, the X factor in the team for Inter
And we
Miami.
all
He
know.
get an SS.
Then when he meets Nuno Mendes,
He's not playing in Mendes wing.
you know me. Who says he's not playing in the
He
Mendes?
plays behind he plays behind the striker now. He doesn't.
You know me. Nuno Mendes is follow up and down. Pursue am. Even okay, wait, okay, like let's say he's not playing for Nuno Mendes
Is
area.
that midfielder?
Do you know that? Do you
The
know
midfield
that
might not-
Messi
might not
doesn't need
actually-
to run
the game, yes.
run circles around those guys.
You just waiting for all
He
of
doesn't need to. And if
Basically,
you cannot collect that ball from him unless you are 3.
Unless you are 3.
Yes.
No worry. I get Vitinha and Pacho.
We go know how far.
Vitinha and Pacho.
We go know how far.
When Vitinha and Pacho hold am, you know he go dey in between Vitinha and Pacho.
We go
Once
know
they
how
choke am
far.
for there, he go know that he go get road to walk am
We go know how
pass.
far.
If he pass Vitinha, he no go pass Pacho. You get that's when you say when you say you have an X factor. You know that this person is you can just send one person on him. But when the team in general does not have an X factor, it's easy to catch it. It's going to be difficult to just predict what the team is going to play
Yeah,
like.
but I don't
That's why I'm sticking with PSG because we will just send one person to Messi, send one person. Inshallah, we'll leave Suarez. Suarez cannot.
I don't think
Suarez don't know where post. They will leave
Enrique,
him.
I don't think Enrique will put somebody on Messi. He likes all his players free because
No,
if you put
see,
a
even
player
if-
on Messi, that means you are probably
Godwin,
one
You
shot down.
create
Godwin,
space now.
Godwin,
That's the
if you
thing.
put one player on Messi, that player can follow Messi even to the dream and still find his own goal. I could count how many players have done it. We were talking about Ander Herrera for Man United against Chelsea. Again, Ander Herrera versus Hazard. He was complaining. We went back in time and we saw the likes of Man United 2008, Pele versus Park Jin-sung. Followed him every year. Park just kept making back passes. Pele kept making back passes. Pele that we know that can make at least 200 passes a game. And 90% of those passes will be forward passes. In that game, Pele was making backward passes all around. So sending one player to follow one person does not mean the player cannot go on and create something for himself.
But he didn't score in that match. So
Who? Park Jin-sung?
yes,
He had an assist.
He didn't score in that
He had
match.
an assist.
He didn't score.
It's not about you scoring goal. He's a midfielder. He's a
It's
defensive
now
midfielder
no
in that
longer
game.
about you scoring.
I'm just
goals
saying you
and
can see no
you
no see
you are contemplating you are contemplating yourself right now.
And Herrera also made an assist.
Any
Like I said,
player who is
you can
going
go
to
on
be any player who is going to be sent to go and mark Messi is going to create a liability for the team.
like I said, you can still go on to have a good game.
That's
What I meant
That's
is,
what
what
I
I meant
want
is,
to
you can still go on to have a good game. You might not be able to score the goal, but you must also have an assist. You might also create a chance and stop Messi from creating.
The problem with Messi now, he walks around the pitch, and whenever probably a team is pressing them, for example, if PSG start pressing them, he is always free somewhere waiting for the ball to come.
There will be Pacho standing beside
Let's see
him.
what happens with them.
Pacho will be standing beside
It's going to
him.
be an aged team for Inter Miami versus a youthful PSG. It's going to be Messi versus PSG. Messi is the X factor for Inter Miami, but PSG are the European champion. They just won the Champions League a couple of months ago, so they are still informed. They trashed Atletico in this particular competition, 4-0. So
Only to lose against Botafogo.
Inter Miami is going to need a miracle, or need somebody to, maybe Messi, to produce a miracle for them to be able to beat PSG in this encounter. But it's going to be an interest. Let's get your prediction for that game. It was Inter Miami versus PSG. Who goes through to the quarterfinals?
Miami.
Inter Miami. Oh wow, that's a bold one.
Nah, if FIFA do it, they do now. That's if and only if FIFA put hand for the matter. But if FIFA don't put hand for the matter, they leave a man to man. And a PSG.